Oh, okay, guys. Hey, guys. It is. Hey, you guys know me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oops. There we go. Let's get the shoof hat on the angle the right way. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. This is Saturday Night Flights, and you get know who we will have on tonight. We'll have on the one and only legendary Lars. We had a bad week last week. We both were inebriated. We were intoxicated. We had let the liquor guide us and take us to this spot right here on our program. That's where we were at. That's how we were feeling, okay? And that kind of got in the way, right? Have you ever seen that? That kind of shit can get in the way. But it does not matter. You are with us. I'm going to bring on, well, you know me. And there he is, the one and only Lars, the big editor. He's doing rap videos now. Jeez.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Maybe you should have picked like the Vanilla Ice song. Did you post that up on your page?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh man, we should do the exclusive launch right here, eh?
Yeah,
Right
give you the
here.
exclusive.
Exclusive launch. Jesus, I'm letting yeah, I'm launching shit first. That's great. Well, and guys, I'm really sorry that we're late. We had a retarded electronical situation that I could blame Lars on this one.
It was a technical situation on your end.
Wait. Well, it originally, I don't understand. It wasn't originally on my end. It wasn't. And then it became that it was my problem. And it's okay if it's my problem because I think it has to do with these shirts, eh? You don't
Yeah,
have
you're
one
the
of these,
boss
do you?
now.
You don't have one of these, eh? But I do. For you people wondering, you people looking, check this out. I have official sportswear. This is like my sex jacket. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, Elliot says hi. I say hi to Elliot. All right, Lars, let's talk about it. Now you're racing twice a week. You're trying to get the kids, up and going.
Up and going.
How was your race? How was your race on Wednesday?
Um, on Wednesday it was okay. If I see how they come home, then I was uh, I was how to say it. I was glad to see how they come home. It was
You.
okay. Today was a little bit tougher.
Well, why was that?
You see a big difference between the old birds and the yearling cocks and hens, well, almost the same.
Hmm.
But the old birds, they came better than the yearlings. Again, east wind.
Yeah,
East wind. So
I, I find whenever you play pigeons, when there's east in the wind, and I don't understand it, they never
uh,
come right. They
no,
always have some type of a problem. Now, I don't know if it's a pressure in the air or something, but whenever there's east in the wind, and I say this, real good racing pigeons, the ones that they can do it in a headwind or they can do it in a tailwind. Really good, like those real consistent pigeons. I sometimes find when they hit the east winds, they're
yeah,
not the same. They're not the same pigeons,
no,
and it's almost like I don't want to say the shittier birds, but the birds that struggle more the regular time, they seem to do better.
yeah. It's like the 127. Say that no.
Oh
My
yeah, the 127. Hold on, listen. I got my. Oh, hold on, 127. Do I have him here? The 127. This checker cock, right?
no blue hen.
Oh, Blue Hen. Yeah, I know her. Sorry about that. The camera's small. There she is. The 127. There she is, guys. Take a look at her. Look at her fine ass. Tell me about her, Lars. What about her?
Yeah, so so today was the fourth flight. On
Hmm.
the first three flights, he was always within the first three pigeons that arrived home.
Hmm.
And then today on the east wind, yeah, she was a little bit late.
Now, when you say she's a little bit late, What is your little bit late? What do you like? I'm watching Sorrel Lambrex, and he'll send 12. Maybe he sent 12 or 20 cocks to I'll say 100-mile race, and within
Yeah,
anywheres from I'm gonna say within 12 to 15 minutes they're all home.
yeah, not today.
Well, no, but
I
but but I'm
see.
I'm saying the group fires. Okay, so if he sends 20, he has 15 home in 15 minutes,
Yeah,
and then there's 5 or 6 that struggle. Okay, that's fine. What's your feeling on this, Hen? The first what 3 races you put her to? How far is she off the pace for you?
when she's not within the hour of the first pigeon.
Okay, that's completely thinking different than Lambrex. But
Yeah,
but those are sprint pigeons that are tuned up. This is pigeons for long distance, and I don't want people to get confused with that. Like,
no, it's totally different. The sprint races for Cyril, these are his races. For me, we're building up. Like the first important race for me is in what is it, 6 weeks.
okay.
So all this is building up, but I like to see that they when the first pigeons arrive, that they are coming home consistently, that they are like almost a group, not that they're hanging to each other like a
Mhm.
train.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it is so funny on how it's so funny how you're like, and again, I still have to get my head around it, but you're just really right now, they're just kind of they're kind of going through the motions, and you're getting them set up, and you're getting the time on the wing because you need them for 6 weeks from now.
Yeah,
And you have Lambrecht, where I'm using him because he's my neighbor. His just boom, 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 like machines. It's crazy to think that uh in the same country you guys can like you can just focus on this long distance. In North America, you've got to start at 100 miles and go like 100, 150, 200, 225, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. That's how you go every week.
yeah.
So it's almost, and I hate to say it, I wonder if the pigeons are ever getting. Is it the pigeons or the pigeon men that are doing it? Is it doing correctly for the pigeons? I don't know. Like I see you're saying, hey, I like to see birds come in the first hour. Well, when we fly here, I like to see as many birds home in that first hour. I like to see though when I'm flying, I like to see as many birds on the first drop,
Yeah.
or like,
No, but that you ain't gonna see almost, nah, over here you ain't gonna see that. Like on the majority of your birds at home when on the first drop, no.
No, but I'm amazed. I'm amazed the way Lambrex plays, and even Marcel and them and certain guys, they get so many birds home so fast when they're let out
Yeah,
with 25,000 pigeons. I just don't even know how that happens. Michael Peebler has a question. This is a very important question. What type of music does Lars listen to?
uh, every it's really wide a wide variety of.
Come on, he's got variety, man. It's variety is the spice of life, guys. Hey, if you ever want to go out for dinner with Lars, I'm gonna ask you people watching, what do you think Lars's favorite thing to go out and eat is? Post that in the comments. Let's see if someone gets it. You think someone's gonna get it?
Nah,
Uh, it's amazing in Belgium what you're picking for your favorite. I'm not gonna disagree. It's very good what you like, but hey. Hold on. Mike Green has a question. Had a good race last week, first on the combine, and I was second in the clock with the first bird in the clock waiting for the results today. I don't know what the hell, Mike. I'm trying to read that. I don't understand. Had
I
a
had a
good
good
race
race.
last week. He was first in the combine. Okay, so congratulations last week. And it was second in the clock. Oh, second this week. Well, Mike, what's the bird from? Let me know in the comments. Congratulations.
Now
Uh,
waiting for the results.
Always waiting for the results. Well, you'll probably win it again, Mike. Frank Eichhorn's going to spell some weird word which we don't know because Frank couldn't speak English. He's going to speak some type of Scandinavian. Lars, what's the word?
Snolomolkies.
You know what this is?
I don't think so. Snolomolkies.
Come on, Frank.
Frank,
Frank.
explain yourself, man.
Yeah,
I don't
hey,
know.
Frank. Frank, remember, you're Dutch. You're not Flemish. Oh, the problem with the
Snolomolkies.
yeah, maybe is that what it is?
Yeah, it said Snolomolkies. I know
What
the
is
Snolobolkes. My sons listen to the Snolobolkes, but
what are they?
yeah,
Snails.
it's kind of music, but no, not my cup of
Oh,
tea.
is it music or is it food?
Food.
I don't know. Anyways,
No.
Brian Mansker says the bad part. We got some videos to show Sue. Frank's writing his nonsense again, but we'll read it in a second. Hold on, Frank. Brian says the bad part of the USA is you can't really put multiple teams if you give them a week off. It's a big jump. Um, it's a big jump. You can't you can't really what is he saying? You can't
Yeah,
really
that you can play multiple teams. If you play this team
well
this week and you give them a week off, next week
uh,
it's a big jump to the next race.
no. I don't think it's a I know listen, if you're playing them and if you get those pigeons out, you get them out to 2-3 hours on the wing and you're giving them a week off. I think if you crack them out 60, 70, 80 miles or even 100 miles, and you give them a good day to reopen up a couple days before their race, I think you're going to be fine. Now, you guys don't do this in Belgium, but I would do this in Belgium. See, for me, on if I'm basketing for, and you basket for your nationals when on a Wednesday,
On Wednesday, yeah.
okay, I'd be at 100 miles on a Wednesday.
That Wednesday.
Yeah, I would be in Quievrain, or I'd be past Quievrain. I'd be at Noyon. I'd give them
Yeah.
if there were birds that were off for a week or two.
Yeah, but then
Or,
I
or
then I think, aren't you wasting fuel
uh, I,
that you
I,
can't put in anymore?
if it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I'm not because they're going to eat on the truck. And what I need them to do is kick the metabolism to get the metabolism really going good.
Yeah.
And I think they're
I
just going
I
to try.
I, I agree with a good toss before, but not the day on basketing. Hey,
That's all right. We'll listen. It's chocolate and it's finite. No, but you get what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah,
I'm going to say something. Lars, it was mind-boggling. I had the one lost birds here the one year. I was in 2000, I think. I can't remember the year, but I had taken the birds to 113 miles, so 182 kilometers. Okay, on Thursday, the day of basketing. I let them out at
yeah,
2 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
okay.
They came home
To 180
82,
kilometers.
182 kilometers. Okay,
Okay,
the pigeons came home. I let them out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I still have it on Facebook. So you can see, you can go and see it. I didn't lie.
Uh,
And there were other people's pigeons, and the pigeons came home. They come home at 2 o'clock. I let them out. I think they came home at about 5 o'clock. Okay, so they're like two and a
yeah.
half hours on the wing, whatever it was. Okay, they all come in a nice little group, and they've already been to three. They've already been to 525 kilometers on the
So
weekend.
2 hours. So 2 hours later, they have to be in the basket at the
Yeah,
club.
yeah. I had to take them to the club for 7 p.m.
Yeah.
They came in. I had the food there. They drink.
Nah.
Nah, nothing. I took them to the club, and and the people there, they seen the video, and the one lady, Ellen Sutton, thought I was nuts. She said, "Well, I can't believe you did this." So we put them in the basket. They drove them Friday to the race point. They fed them on
Yeah.
Friday, and on Saturday we won the whole race against 500 pigeons, 500 pigeons, 400 miles for a young bird, 600 kilometers.
Nice.
Hey, 10 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
We were first and third, and the lady that complained, she had one of the birds.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you tell me, was that fluke? Was that luck? Did it fire the system up? Could be luck. Let's say it's luck. Maybe it's luck. It's luck. Is it luck?
No, no. I believe that you have to like you say, rip them open again, and but I also think all the fuel you put in the pigeon you wasted on a training. So yeah, not on the day of. I wouldn't do it on the day of. Maybe the day before or the day.
And my only, I wouldn't do it the day of. I wouldn't do it on the Friday if I'm racing on the Saturday. But when you're,
No.
in my opinion, from what I've tried and I've seen the results, from my opinion, if I'm racing on the Wednesday, okay, I'd
Yeah,
have them out at
racing on
no,
basket
not
on
racing on the
one.
Wednesday, basking on the one. I'd have them out at 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd have them come home.
Mm.
I'd have them eat. Then I'd have them, however you do it, whatever, and then I'd ship them because they're going to eat Thursday and Friday. And all they're
Yeah.
going to do is power charge. That's my thought. If you want to try it, again, you can just, if you want, I'll take them. We're going to go to Momi. We can just, or
Normally,
no,
I
Noyon.
would give them a race from 100 to a 200 kilometer on a Saturday, and then I basket them on Wednesday.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Might work,
Yeah.
eh? Anyways, let's read the comments. Michael Peebler says snails and pasta. No, you're not right.
Yeah.
Formula One with Annemie Van He. So our English breeder, Formula One, John Gladwin and Annemie Van He. Michael Peebler says snail and pastas again. Frank Eichhorn writes this word again. I don't know what it means.
Snollebolkies.
Do you know what that is? Is that music
Yeah.
or is that food?
My son listens to when he's in a crazy mood to the Snollebolletjes, and that's a group from the Netherlands. See, music, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, Frank. In Belgium, we don't listen to we don't listen to the Dutch music. Back to you. Wait, hold
Say the
on.
name. Come on.
I can't say the name. To me, I thought it was cupcakes or something, snow keys or whatever. Anyways, in our club, it could be 100 to 150 mile jump, and it's hard on young birds. Well, if you train your young birds hard enough, 100-mile jump. I don't know. I don't know. I'd figure out a way. I'd just take them midweek. As long as those young birds are on the wing an hour and a half to 2 hours on one good
Depends
rep.
on how far you already are. Eh?
Yeah, yeah, and it's so funny. Uh, I talk to you or I talk to Guy, right? I talked to even Florian Hendricks. They're like farthest youngbird toss is like 60 kilometers or 50 kilometers. And I'm like, I don't even know my pigeons at this point. Like, I got to see the pigeons at 2 hours on the wing. I want those pigeons to be, I want to take them 180 kilometers. I want to see how they come on their own. I want to see how they do it in small groups. I want to see how they react.
Yeah.
I think I always say, your pigeons are coming good from 25 kilometers. What is that? It's nothing.
And
But I think
no,
we're
but over here you
it's different.
when you yeah when you release it at 25 kilometers, you don't want to know how many lofts you already passed, and
Oh,
they have
it,
to
it, it,
focus on getting home and leave the groups that are loft training. Leave
yeah.
don't look at them and
You want me to say something? And that's the big. I think that's a big difference there. I mean, just loft flying pigeons, your pigeons can get into trouble all day. Then you've got right there where you are, you've got the Dutch pigeons coming over. People are training. You got all kinds of stuff going on. Basically, you could say to yourself, anytime you let your pigeons out for a loft fly, they can get in within 2 minutes. They can get into with another loft.
yeah
So big difference. And guys, if you wonder why I think the pigeons, especially in Lars's area, in that Burlar, that Antwerp area, I think are some of the very best in the world. It's the concentration of pigeon lofts. The pigeons start training as soon as they start to fly. So, and Lars, you know this. Your pigeons, if they go up 2 or 3 times as young birds and they're flying for 5 or 6 minutes or 10 minutes, they can already hook up with other birds. They can hook up with first round pigeons. They can hook up with old birds. They can hook up with
yeah
guys training. Your pigeons instantly start training.
yeah.
Yeah, different. And
So
this is
first,
why I believe this. I think the best pigeons in the world come from that area. I think the best
because
ones in the world.
they train themselves. Huh? Uh, you got
They're
that?
street smarts.
Yeah, I
Street
told you the
smarts.
story with the bands.
Hmm.
A guy goes tossing at let's say 30 kilometers, and the bird flew home around his loft and go back to the point of
Training spot.
release. Yeah, so just
Do
other
you, do
pigeons
you,
taking
do you,
along and
do you ever notice, and I've noticed this with young birds, uh, at the beginning, well, people are always have this thing, they let the birds out and they want to beat them home. Okay? If you have young birds, and I'm going to say, because you don't do the same as I do, but I'll say under 12 tosses or 15 tosses, a lot of the time you'll let your young birds out from, let's say you pick a schoolyard, right? And they look
nice
like they
open
take,
spot.
yeah, and they look like they take off and they go the right way, and you almost think to yourself, hell, let's open up the bottle and drink in the car and celebrate. It's going to be a good day. But then all of a sudden, something happens. Somebody comes over to you and they start talking to you about the pigeons that you let out. And you just want to go home because you just seen them head home and you're feeling good. And they're talking to you and you're playing the game. And about 10 minutes goes by and you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to beat them home. And you've told these people, oh, yeah, they're great. They're on their way. And then all of a sudden, what happens? They come right back over.
They come back. Yeah,
Yeah. And I think it's what we say. I think they're so smart, but I think they need to get the playing out.
yeah. You
Maybe
need
I'm
to get
wrong.
in that there. Release, go, release. That's something. Yeah, if you want, you need to get that in. That's more hard than the road training itself.
Do you find it's easier to work? Oh, But you're not really, you don't like, or it's not you don't like young birds, you don't have the time. Don't you like preferably to work with young birds or old birds?
Me all birds. Well, yeah, young birds is easy. It's more
Do
easy,
you
I
want,
think. I don't
do you
know.
want, do you want a loft manager for young birds? Are you looking for one? Because I know a guy that could do it for you.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. Hey, Mike Green says my young birds are flown every race, but we only have 6 young bird series, a 6 young bird race series, and I don't understand why, Mike. You only have flying 6 young bird races. Can you imagine this, Lars? They only fly 6 young bird
Well, what
races.
is it? What is it? Six from the shortest
Yeah,
until the longest, and then done.
that done.
Okay, that's
That's
almost what I do. I do nothing with my young birds. For
yeah.
short races and two middle distance races. So that's also 6 races up to 350 kilometers.
Well, I think this year in young birds, I want you to fly all the nationals with your whole young bird team. Just push them right out,
Yeah, with no
undarkened
flight.
undarkened or not. Just push them right out. Watch what happens.
Uh,
Okay.
when it's dry, it has to be dry.
What do you mean it has to be dry?
Yeah, rainy days and then they're dropping feathers and flights like that. No.
Hey, there's one good thing when it's raining, and they don't have all their feathers. They have less feathers to soak up the water.
Yeah, yeah.
That's another thing. I think people forget this. People will, and I'm only playing with you to say them to play them, but you have to have common sense. If you don't have the feathers on them, you're putting them big time behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
You're struggling the shit out of them.
Once the fifth flight drops,
No good.
stop them. Then season is over for the young birds.
Now, have you ever burnt the flights on pigeons with the lighter or with the cigarette?
I don't burn them.
Have you ever done it though?
You got a nail clipper?
Okay, you clip them.
Huh? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
just yeah,
Okay.
just
Hey,
the point.
if you ever want another tip, use a cigarette.
Cigarette to burn them.
Burn the burn
But I
burn
was
the quill.
always
Burn the quill in.
yeah, yeah, okay. But then it's still the yeah. How do you call the middle of the fly
The
of
quill. The quill.
the quill?
Quill.
Okay. They always told me when you the quill when you clip it
Mm-hmm.
with a scissor or nail clipper,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it opens up and it like sort
Lock.
of vacuum
Vacuum seals.
vacuum
Yeah,
seals. But when you do it with a cigarette,
it's the same thing.
it's the same.
Yeah,
Okay,
it works better.
okay,
You don't need much. No, you try it. It's the exact same thing. It vacuum seals. It holds the flight in.
yeah. Well, another week or so.
Now, let me ask you. Um, I was at Gee's a few times in February, March. He's pulling the first flight on the old
Yeah,
birds. You
yeah.
pull the flights on the old birds?
I wanted to do it the last 2 3 years, but never done it. But I would not pull the first flight.
Why not?
No, because uh, they may drop the they may drop the first flight.
He,
But if you want
he
if you want to
he's
pull a flight, you want to pull the third or the fourth flight.
okay. Well, he's pulling the first and the second.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I like to see it when they drop the first flight because normally that's when. condition is the falling,
Going
like we say.
is going down or up?
Up, up, up.
Up. You ever notice? You ever notice with your young birds? You ever notice they fly the best on the first, second, and third flight when they're dropping them? The condition on the young birds super
Yeah,
good, super good,
yeah.
super good.
Especially after the first flight drops.
Yeah, that first to third zone, there's a zone in
Yeah,
there. That's fire. They
yeah,
fly. They seem to be invincible. All right, hold
yeah.
on. We got some comments here. Choof. Hey, you know what? I'm drinking the polar bear, man.
Okay.
The
Cheers.
goods. Cheers. Here we go. Rosedale Loft. Welcome back, Rosedale. Rosedale, where's your team of birds, my friend? Let's get your team up here. As many birds as you can put in for $1,077. We have no birds entered yet into our one loft race this year. Guys, it's gonna be hard to win. It's gonna be hard to win if you don't enter. We're giving $1 million away in cash prizes, Lars. We're giving $1 million away. What the hell? Rosedale says Young Birds is about technique and the youngsters and learning about their future about their future potential.
Teaching the youngsters, yeah.
Well, listen, I have about a grade 3 reading level. Okay, so you're just gonna have to. You can speak
Okay,
multiple.
okay, slowly,
How many
slowly,
languages can you
slowly.
speak?
1, 2, three, 3.5, something like
Fucking
that.
fucking show off, eh? Goddamn show off. I can't even get through English. Anyways, Rosedale has another question. Does Lars darken the old birds? Great question. That is a good question.
No, I don't do it.
So when it's and this was my next question. Um, when you're flying the old birds and it's time, you got the
Yeah,
windows. I know you want the loft warm, correct?
yeah.
Okay. When it's time, the day or two, day of basketing, you don't darken them down or keep the loft dingy.
Day of basking? No. No, I don't. No, because uh, it's always quiet around here, so I know they're calm and easy in the loft. The only thing I want to change, some people may find it stupid, but you just put a radio in the loft, just so the cocks don't hear the hens and vice versa.
Now, my question is, do you think it's better to put the radio in for the cocks or put the radio in for the hens?
I think more for the cocks, but it works for both.
Okay, interesting.
Because yeah, you see when you're walking in the garden or calling in the youngsters, or I can hear my old birds. I can hear the cocks starting to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's you. You know what? I think what you're saying is, the farther you get them into the widowhood, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not. I don't know if this is the right thing, but the more not bored, but the more time they have to think, and
yeah,
they start to say like, "Oh, what's going on over there? What do I hear over here?" They get very. You can tell. You can wake them up by talking to them.
yeah.
I've seen that there
Exactly.
at Lambrecht, just the way he turns them on just by talking. Gang one says breed early on the dark, or could be last. Well, Lars isn't worried about racing youngsters, and I think if he was, I'm sure he would darken. Does your uncle darken?
Yeah.
Okay. Rosedale says a theory back in the day. was a hen on the nest will beat a widowhood cock here in Canada on the shorter races due to the colder temperatures. What do you think?
So a hen
I'll
on
put
a
it back
nest
up.
would
So,
a hen on a nest would perform better than a widowhood cock
yeah,
due to the cold temperature.
yeah,
Uh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Lars. In Canada right now, it's cold. You have 0 degrees at night still.
See.
You can't bring them into
And
the right. You can't bring them into the right form. But in Canada, and I hate to say this, they're so gung ho about racing them. If they raced them in June, started, it would be better. But they listen. I could smash my head into the wall. I'm gonna post up a video here, guys. You're looking at the wonderful world of Lars here. We're just gonna post this up. Just guys, you just look, and we're gonna go from here. These are the yearlings or the older cocks?
yeah, what I wanted to show here was the difference between the yearlings that don't know the system that well compared to the old cocks.
So
So
these are all your yearlings.
I opened all the boxes and turned the balls around.
Yeah, and see how they're looking. The boxes are open. The cocks can go in. They're acting like something's going on, but they're not sure.
Yeah, that's it.
And now what I will do is I'm going to post up. Sorry, this video here. So these are your. This is what a 2-year-old.
The widowwood boxes, and
Mm-hmm.
then turn open the box and turn around the nest.
Look at your video work.
So that's a
Fantastic.
sign for them, so they already know. Because I want, especially on the shorter races, because it's still training for them. I want them to know already the system
Yeah. So then you
for
see,
a little
guys.
motivation. So they're starting to get back
Yeah, you
into the
see these.
game.
You see these cocks are acting different. They're going in and out, and they're
Yeah,
feeling
they
the
all,
bulls.
all yeah, they're almost
But
in love with the balls actually. So
yeah. That's right. It's little words of motivation you're telling them. But you can see the difference, guys. In the yearling cocks, you did the same thing. Not one yearling cock's climbing over into the bulls. Now, well, you see the cock on the bottom there in the middle.
yeah, he's doing
Is
it.
he?
Yeah,
He's doing it now. If you're playing the game and you're looking, you take your time and have a drink and watch this. He may be your best yearling on that race, or he may pick it up. You may notice this. This is shit that you're
yeah,
looking for.
exactly. That's it. To
And then, but again, I will show it. You see, he turns the bulls over, and these are the older cocks, and going in the bulls, and going in back and forth. And is this the first time you did this with them?
no, I'm doing it from the beginning. So this was the third or the fourth time.
Third or the fourth time. We're going to
Yeah.
get to some more video footage, but before we get to the video footage, we're going to bring Lars and myself back on. We'll check if there's any questions. Okay, here we go. Rosedale Law says 22 today. I okay. I Rosedale. I know today was 22 in Canada. What's the temperature tonight? What was the temperature the other night? The other night. The other night. The other night. You don't build the form with one day being 22.
No.
You need consistency.
Oh, exactly.
Consistency.
You want also the night temperature. Now it can be warmer in the day, but the night temperature best results I get is when the night temperature also gets over or the loft in the night, gets over the 10 degrees. So
So in your loft at night, when it's over 10 degrees in the
yeah,
loft,
in the
okay,
loft.
I will tell you something. I tried it with the one loft birds, with the my lofts. I shut the windows during the day. Keep the windows shut
Yeah,
because the loft can breathe through the roof. Is breathing good. I don't have a respiratory problem. Inside the loft, it's 105 degrees, 108 degrees during the day. It's hot, man. Hot, hot, hot. At night, she drops down to maybe in the 80s, and I've had it. But I leave the window shut. I don't want to lose any of that heat. But whenever I let the pigeons out, it's cooler outside than it is in the loft. And when you see them work, it's unbelievable. If
yeah,
you can hold the heat and you get them used to the heat, when they go out, it's easy. Even if it's hot,
yeah,
you know, if in your loft is 105 degrees and outside is 90 degrees, 90 degrees is hot as hell. But when they leave that hot loft and they go out and play, it's like they're in air conditioning.
yeah,
I don't know. JDTL has a question. Just broke a hen up from her mate, put her in a special pairing to a hen within 2 days. Y'all thoughts? What is? I don't understand. Let's read this question again. This is bad English. JD he's got the same problem I do. He's having a hell of a time. I just broke a hen up from her mate. Put her in, put her, put her in hen section, paired to a
yeah.
hen.
So it took away
Oh,
a hen from the partner, put her in the hen section, and within 2 days she was paired up to yeah, probably another hen. Eh?
yeah. Well,
Uh,
the loft's not set up for the hens to be together. Or probably maybe, and she might just be too crazy.
could be a good hen.
No, it can be that way as well.
Yeah,
But I like calm, man, not crazy.
good
Anyways,
widowhood hens.
yeah, but you got to have the loft set up for this, eh? You can't have
Yeah,
a
okay.
loft for hens. You can't have a loft set up so they can go in boxes and pair. Because what's going to
No, no,
happen?
no.
The better condition they get,
Yeah,
there you go. Start the races later in Canada, and you get the birdage up flying, old and young together. Well, Rosedale, this is what I've been saying, but Rosedale, I can't help the Special Olympic pigeon flyers of Canada. I can't help those people. I love them, but I can't help them. I can't help them because nobody wants to get outside the box. Daniel, whatever, Dale Cruz, great last name. Hello to all. Hey, 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 hey now. What do you think? Should we do the big premiere, the 4 minute
big
premiere?
premiere.
Now, with the premiere, I was thinking I got a bit of music in there because I backed her off a bit. I think we'll
Okay,
talk through the premiere just
as you wish.
as I wish. And again, you're going to see this on Lars's page. Peeve says, "Hey Lars, ever wrap nest bowls with newspaper?"
Yeah, I find them. Yeah, the old newspapers were better. The newspaper now, they're too thin.
Cheaper paper.
They for me they have to with the widowwood cocks, of course not, but with the breeders they have to go. I've got two balls in a box for 4 rounds. So I've showed before. I use
Here-
a
Here's a
feed
question.
bag.
Here's a question. I'm going to throw this at you. Will you ever? I know you wrap the bowls and you leave them the way they are, and you turn the bowls over. If you're going into a special race or you want a little different feel, will you ever switch out the bowls to put a nest liner in them, put straw on them when you turn them, give it a little bit more romantic feel?
There is a nest. How you
No,
call it? A
no,
nest liner?
yeah, nest liner. Now, have you ever just put straw in?
No.
I want you to try that this year.
Yeah.
A
There
little
are
bit.
so many things like when you have a close every widow woodcock, close them up in the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Boxes closed. Just throw a strange cock in the loft.
Mm-hmm.
Let them walk around and then start picking them for basketing.
Good idea. I know Derek Walsh would keep cocks that were done, right? Or
Yeah.
like he pulled cockbirds out that were going to breeding, but he knew they were in box 6 in the corner. And he would use that cock multiple times to let him go up in the box and let the other cock take the cock that was in that box, take him out, put him in the basket, but then throw the cock that was there before,
Yeah.
and
Throw
then
them
let
in.
them out, let them play, let them play, let them play,
Yeah.
let them play. But always let the young cock that was racing always had to win.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost the same when you throw an old cock in there, especially when he goes up to a box. So all the flying cocks are locked up.
Hmm.
When he flies against the box,
The
take
cocks in
that.
the box always win.
Yeah. So it's always
They
the
push
same.
through him and he goes. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. My man Laurel here says, is the trapdoor facing the north on the loft a big deal or no? I don't care where your door faces.
It depends how. Yeah. You have you have to think a little bit about that. But when it's facing the north, are there trees 50 meters from the loft, or it's all open and real windy? Yeah. Then we have to build the loft that's more closed when it's facing to the north.
Hmm.
But it can face.
I don't think it matters. Listen, you always want to face the
Yeah.
loft the best way possible, but I don't think it
Yeah.
matters north, south, east, or west. It does not matter. I
Due
don't think it matters.
to Yeah, for me, due to lights, it's important, and yeah, if the wind can play straight into the loft, you have to build your loft a little bit different.
You should see. Everybody's got this notion. A lot of people in the U.S. they put the wire floors in, so the loft's off
Yeah,
the ground 2 feet, 3 feet, and the floors are all wire, and that's it.
open.
Yeah, and you want to know what? They never build no form,
I don't know. If you
but
want a closed floor, and if you want the wires, okay, but
floors always need to be
nice closed
closed.
and dry.
Yeah, nice closed and dry. Get the not the drafts, not this, but so many of them to put all wire floors. If you you know something, Lars, I say to you, you look at the big one loft races. They
Yeah.
have everything on wire floors. Do you know why that is? It's not for condition of pigeons.
No, it's easy cleaning.
They don't clean. They don't have to clean ever.
Yeah, okay. The drive a bulldozer underneath, and all the shit is gone. So
But you can you know I look at these races, these big races. They're playing like this. They're taking people's money, but they'll never build the form on the pigeons.
mhm.
But
That's
it
the same
doesn't.
as we discussed before. You want temperature on your loft.
That's right. It's the same thing. Open in the lofts, open up above them. It's got
Yeah.
to be closed. Just getting back into the game, and I think putting your loft, if you can put your loft facing, let's say the south or the southwest, I think is good. Okay, but again,
South,
it,
southeast.
not southeast. No, always south southwest. My opinion.
Uh,
That would be my perfect way to put it.
if I
I don't
can
like
put south, southeast.
you like east. I like west.
Yeah. West, too much
Actually,
wind.
yeah, but the problem with the east is in the afternoon there's no light.
Yeah.
You know what?
So the north is.
The north is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're saying, hey, listen, you seen my Sputniks,
Yeah.
the big
They're as
one.
big as my loft, so
JD Teal said, I closed three sides of of the floors here in Oklahoma. It's too hot with the heat in the index 110 plus. Not much plus.
well,
Not much cold. I don't know. I don't live down there. I'd still make my loft. I make my loft so damn hot. I make my loft so hot whenever they go outside, it's cold. Southeast. What that I was taught. Yeah, I don't know. Southeast. I just something about the east. I prefer the south over the southeast, but my preferred is
the
southwest.
the east is because you want it's again the temperature of the loft. You want the morning sunshine on your loft, light and warm. That's important.
Yeah, but the loft's still gonna okay, if the loft's facing the south or the southwest, it's
Yeah.
still picking up the heat in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
You know,
we're
if
all
you have
here.
yeah, you know what? I think south is the best. Let's just
Yeah.
say you can
That's
get away
why
fine with south.
I'm facing south.
Well, you listen, you're still an asshole, but I like you.
Yeah.
Mine face south and mine face southwest.
Okay.
And in Canada, my loft face the north, but I have skylights in the roof. And the
See,
skylights face the south. So it's
that's what I
okay.
want to say.
And the roof is a steel roof in black. So she heats up like a firecracker.
She heats up. Yeah.
Uh, Sun rises in the east, warms the loft up, unless the sun is in the afternoon, helps manage the temperatures overnight. And this is what we say. I think the south is the best. If you were a crazy guy, you could have your loft that pivots all day. You could.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's something that one of these big one loft races can do. Get their loft to pivot.
Yeah. Follow the sun.
That's what I said. You heard that here first.
Mm.
Hold on, guys. Are we ready for the exclusive? Lars, and more Lars, guys. Take a look. Not only is he a superstar pigeon flyer,
One day in a
he
race.
punches in
No,
bunches. Take a look at the logo. This says it all. And now you're going to see the premiere of Lars.
of a race day.
This is the race thing.
What do you do on a race day?
Oops, I'm drinking straight off the bottle. I don't want to do that. Look at you, Lars. Look at you go. I like that sweater you're wearing. Eat, sleep, and
Yeah.
race. Yeah. Guys, you can buy those
Uh,
on our online store for free. You're doing good, man. You did the time lapse and everything. I'm impressed. Now the
yeah.
floors are completely clean.
Yeah. I put everything out. Before there was how do you call it, granulate and like wood
Yeah,
chips.
yeah.
I found it too dusty.
Too dusty. Look at you go. Look at you go. Drinkers off the ground. I always like the drinker off the ground. L-
This is where the old hens are
Okay.
normally.
Oh, what are we using from DeWeird here? Into the water. What's that? BS?
No, it's just for when they come home. What is it? Dextrose and salt and
Yeah. To rejuvenate. Now, I notice in Belgium, you guys do this. Nobody uses the big 1 or 2 or 4 or 5, 6 liter drinkers. You use always these small ones. Why do you use the small ones?
because I change the water almost every day.
No, but I'm saying you. Okay, you give more fresh water.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, using the super grip from Van Roby's. What's this? What's this stuff here?
that's two great mixes actually.
Man, you're making
One
a lot
from
of.
the Van Robijs, the other one from Giovati, and then behind I use also a normal grit, and I mix it all up. So
You're making
that's
a
what
lot of
I.
grit. A lot of grit there. You putting anything else in that grit?
No, because two grit mixes. So the Van Robijs has little pearls in there from the beer yeast,
Hmm.
I think, and the other one has also some pellets in there. There's some candy seeds in there.
Yeah, yeah. The super grit's real good from Van Roby's. I like it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And then we're ready for the pigeons. This is the first one from today.
There you guys go. Look at this. You're seeing how it is. Oh, now we got to get you some droppers. Can we get some droppers, please, for the love of God? For the love of God, we got to fix this. This is the only thing that's irritating the shit out of me, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. Hey guys, there you see it. Great video. I'm going to give it, in my opinion, I'm giving this one a 10. You guys post your comments in on what you think. That's we call that's our Truth TV. Truth TV.
Yeah. Hey, that was my day today. So
Yeah. Good day. A lot of work.
yeah.
Start to finish cleaning. How long did it take you?
Yeah. It's not fair with the video. Shit.
Video's a lot of work, eh? When
Um,
you got to set it up.
yeah.
Hey, you know it's so amazing, Lars. People don't realize when you do what you did, right?
Mm,
Did you find yourself going, "Oh shit, I got to set the camera up. Oh shit, I got to do this. Oh shit, I got."
yeah.
And then you look at it, oh no, it's not set up right. It's not like it's a lot of bullshit, and you edited
Hmm.
it really good. You did a good job.
Thanks, man.
Well, thank me,
Try to
thank
show
you.
something, but yeah, that was the day today.
That was the day. And the
Wake
race
up
birds,
and
huh?
what do you say?
I said the race birds. You clean them every day, every other day.
During racing season?
Yeah,
Every other day.
every other day.
Yeah, because there are not too much pigeons in the loft, so they're.
Yeah,
I don't like overcrowded lofts. You immediately no.
yeah, and I will say that your lofts are a little bigger than some lofts I've been in. A little more
Yeah,
spacious, a little more room.
yeah,
So I think you can probably get
yeah.
away with
Okay,
it.
I like a little bit more room. Okay, so I pay a little bit in how do you call it the tameness of my pigeons.
Hmm. You're losing a little bit of
But
that.
yeah,
It's okay.
but hey, it is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, what have we been on? We've been on an hour. It took us a half hour to get on. Oh man. No, it's you did some good video work there. I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not easy when you got to videotape your own birds or your own loft, and when you edit it, and you did a great job with the editing. What's next? What are you up to this for this week?
Next week, Saturday is going to be the same race, so we're ready for the short middle distance races. Now only two, and then we are already going to the for the old birds to the last. After that, to the last train. So actually there are three. No, let's say four training flights left before they go to the
First one.
national Limoges race.
So you still got about what, 6 weeks to roll?
6 weeks or something. Like
You got to start taking them to work with you now.
that. Almost starting.
Almost. He's still just taking his time, just inching them out there, inching them out there. How did your uncle do that? Did he do good, better this week?
He's racing tomorrow. They're in a truck now
Oh,
somewhere, but he's also racing tomorrow. 200 and something kilometers. But for them, it's the second time, I think. So I did 3 times, uh, approximately 100, 120 kilometers, and one time 205 now. I think he did 2 times 100, and yeah, tomorrow the second time a 200 something flight.
well, another week. Are you going over there to
Also,
watch him or no?
maybe we have to see, because I have some tomorrow the Easter bunny is coming, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just can't forget about the goddamn Egypt. But hey, here's one for you. Michael Peevler says,
yeah,
does
one
he
of the
enjoy
best.
mussels and fries? You like mussels and
Yeah,
fries?
yeah,
Nah, wait. Now, what kind of mussels do you like? You like them in the cream sauce? You like them in the tomato sauce? How do you like them?
nature,
What do you mean
nothing.
nature? Like
Yeah,
cold?
no,
No, no. But I'm saying, well, how are you eating your mussels?
just the vegetables.
Yeah,
Put them
with
on,
wine.
mussels in a pot,
Yeah,
vegetables on top, close it, put it on a fire.
with what? Some wine?
No, nothing, just the juice from the mussels.
I don't think I've ever had this.
That's the best.
I always like it with a little bit of white wine.
Yeah, okay. So mussels with white wine, you have mussels with cream, you have mussels with, but the best are just mussels,
Huh.
naturally. Mussels in a pot, put some
You,
onions
you,
and some
you know what I gotta have?
whatever, season it a little bit, close it, and then you will see once they all open, ready, and you have
Well,
a nice salty soup underneath.
I, I guess the vegetables will steam, so they'll release their juice. The mussels will release their juice. Okay, no wine. Okay, I never tried that one. You know
The
what I was
best. And
thinking?
then you need the mayonnaise with the mustard and the vinegar, the little sauce to dip your mussels in.
I never had this.
Dude, we have to drive to the North Sea, go to a restaurant and eat some decent mussels.
Whenever I go with Norman's, he takes me to this little restaurant, and they got this seafood stew, and they got
Yeah.
these tiny little shrimps. You know the tiny ones? Oh my
The,
god!
the gray ones.
Yeah.
Not the
Oh,
pink, not the pink, the gray.
yeah. They don't really look that good, but they taste fantastic.
They're the best. The
It's like
gold
eating
from the
like
North Sea.
okay, but my question is peaches and tuna. What a fantastic dish! I could go for some peaches and tuna. Nobody will
Portsman's
try this,
feet.
huh?
The Portsman's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosedale has a question. Curious, what distances are considered middle distance and greater middle distance?
So the middle distance or the short middle distance,
Hmm.
starting from about 300 to short to 400 kilometers, somewhere over there. And then the greater middle distance go from 450 until, let's say, close to 600.
And then after
And
that,
then after that, yeah, the flights I like. You get the one day long distance, or the we call it the font, and after that you get the international flights, 800 to 1,000, 200, 300 kilometers.
And you want to know what? Nobody got what your favorite food was.
No,
No, none of them. None of them did. They all went with mussels and fries and snooky music. Snooky music.
the
We didn't even know
muscles
what
were close. The muscles were really close.
the mussels were real close.
Yeah, for me, that's one of my. If I have to pick,
I like mussels, but they got to be at a certain time of year when they're good. Like I don't
yeah,
think mussels in the summer they're no good.
we used to say, what was it? All the months with a
Er
with an R in it.
R in it. That's
Yeah,
right. November, December. That's
yeah,
right. Yeah, you do that. We do the same thing. If it's not in
yeah,
the right ER, we don't eat. I don't. Forget it.
yeah.
Mussels and fries is a national dish. Thank you, Michael Peeler. He's come up with these great, great, great tips. Frank Eichhorn. Uh, I don't even know what this. What is he even writing?
uh,
What did he say, Lars? Keenan ass.
I would translate it. A farmer's cabbage with sausage. Is
That's
it
well.
yeah? You
Yeah,
understand?
a cabbage,
Yeah,
a green
cabbage.
cabbage and
Yeah,
sausage. Rosedale
and white
says,
sauce.
gotta try longestine.
Ah,
What is
on the
this, Lars?
barbecue. Yeah.
What is
What?
this?
A langoustine?
Yeah.
It's like a large, also a large shrimp, but a longer one. Yeah, you can't call it a shrimp.
Okay.
Great on the barbecue.
You know, when I was in Thailand, we went and went out with a bunch of pigeon guys, and we went to a seafood place. And they
Yeah,
had prawns, man. They were beautiful. The seafood looked fantastic. The clams, everything. It
yeah.
come out. I was like, wow, we just hit and it all tasted like swampy, sandy water.
Oh,
Ugh. And we had to do 2 nights in a row of that.
yeah.
Wasn't very good. But
You
the
have to
people there,
try. I don't know the English word. You have to try. We call it a tong, a
tongue.
fish, a flat fish,
Yeah, they're
just with
flat.
just with the
And,
butter.
and you scrape and eat it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the best.
Hold on. Frank says smoked
Smoked
mackerel.
mackerel. What
What do
is
you
it? A food show?
hey, what do you think of the smoked eel? You like smoked eel, Lars?
Smoked eel?
Hmm?
Uh, smoked not so. Well, it's okay. I will eat it, no problem. I rather like it in like a green sauce. The eel.
Yeah. Oh, Frank's writing some more. I hate when
Yeah,
Frank does
that's
this. What is this? What is he writing now?
that's yeah, is riding a baked also a kind of a flatfish, but not a flatfish I was saying.
So the question is, guys, this is the question. What is Lars's favorite thing to eat? If you're gonna go meet Lars and you want to take him out for dinner, what would you have to take him for? What would be his meal of choice, Lars? What's your favorite meal?
You say it.
Eh, eh, You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Ah, his favorite meal, folks, since none of you got it, was sushi.
No,
Come
no,
on.
that ain't my favorite.
That's not your favorite?
No, that's not my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Um, how do you call it? The filet, the filet pur.
Like pure. Was that the steak
Yeah.
tartare?
No, not the steak tartare. But
Steak?
the best, the best beef, and then just blue. Yeah,
Blue. Oh Jesus.
yeah.
I'll have to make you a steak then. I'll have to set it up for you. Anyways, what does Rosedale say? Pickled herring?
Pickled herring, not bad
Uh,
also.
I don't know. Frank's writing
Schnitzel.
some.
Ah, Frank has.
Frank knows this stuff. You're double choofing it. Look at you go, eh? You hit another choof. We're on a food show. Now we're getting hungry, guys. We totally skip pigeons. Pigeon racing and food go hand in hand. It's great to do together. And long distance racing, you can enjoy food while you wait for pigeons. But sprint racing, you can't do that. That is a true
No,
thing.
no, it's
I would.
over when you really onto it in the short distance races. It's over in 5 to 10 minutes. Huh?
Yeah, it's over when you look at your watch. It's over.
Yeah, when you see birds, then it's
It's
over.
over. Yeah, that's right.
You
If you
have
see
to, you
birds,
have
then it's
to,
over.
yeah, you have to have a bird at home before you see birds coming over.
I think sprint to middle distance is the best. I mean, I like the long distance, but I think the sprint in the middle is where you got to go. Losing pigeons turns them into pigeon McNuggets. Good points. Beef Wellington, Lars. Blue steak in a pastry. Beef Wellington, I think, is okay. You know the problem with beef Wellington is the pastry's got to be everything's got to be done that's like a master chef. That's a master chef move. You're not going. Have you ever had beef Wellington, Lars?
Don't think so.
Well, if you look it up and you see it, you'll say you're not going to hit it at most places. It's too. It's a damn technical dish, man. I mean, this is a Gordon Ramsay special. We got to get Gordon on the show one of these days. Triple distilled vodka. Shit's going down real good tonight. Well, Lars, another good show. Sorry for the audience for being a bit late. Did you guys like the show tonight? What would you like us to do more of, or say more of, or not say anything of? And we're still waiting for birds for the one loft race. Ricky's at home. He's got the loft cleaned out. It's a completely empty loft. It is completely empty, and you guys can participate. What more can I say? We're giving it away. We're giving $1 million away in cash prizes. Sky has no limits. What are you thinking, Lars? It's late, man. And you're choofing it
Yeah,
again. And you're doing another choof.
I can't get birds over there, so
Wow. You know what? We can find somebody to breed just some birds. Well, you know what we'll do? Maybe Rosedale. Rosedale, can you breed some birds for Lars? I would ask Frank, but he's Dutch, and you don't want to know what? Nah, you don't want to be on the Dutch guys team. Lars showing the returns from the national races. Oh, okay. Well, that's when Lars will be shitting his pants. But sure, we can ask Lars if he wants to do that. Lars, do you want to add a little stress?
yeah. In 6 weeks,
Huh?
in 6 weeks,
In 6 weeks, you got 6 weeks of practice.
okay, yeah, 6 weeks of practice, and then we do a live on the
Uh-oh.
limo race.
Lars doesn't, Rosedale doesn't have them, or he would. Come on. Don't give me your bullshit, Rosedale. Make a mixed drink and pair them up. What are you waiting for? It's springtime. All about shooting the shit, says Peeves. When are you picking up USA birds? I'm gonna work on that. It's probably I'm gonna be in the month of what month are we in now? Or are we in April now? Yeah, I'm gonna be in the month of May. We're gonna put her together. I know, Mr. Tracy, you're working on getting a whole bunch. I think from America, probably gonna be 2, 3,000 pigeons. I'm just saying. You know, they say if you want things to happen, you just got to put it out there. So we're just putting it out there, Lars. We're putting it out there. You wait. Rosedale says, I bought in some good birds. I don't know what you bought in. I don't know. I don't look at what people bring in. I don't look at what people bought. I don't look at any of that. I look at when the pigeons come in, we go to work with them. I always say, Lars, people will bring you pigeons. They can buy them even from our auction. They say this, they say this, they say that. I know that's a great. I don't need that. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that this pigeon's out of a $10,000 pigeon. I don't need to know this, that. I don't need that. You know what I need to know? At the end of the year,
Well,
what we got left. That's all I need.
yeah,
You know, uh, people, I always find, I brought in some good birds. Bring in great birds. But it's okay. Don't worry. Let's let the birds show how great we are. Rosedale says, have one cock that has bred 2 years in a row. Ho, ho, ho. Well, bring them over to my race. 7-race series, eh? They're going to do 3 times 500 kilometers, Lars, for young birds.
7 races, and in those seven are 3 times 500.
Mm.
Mm. So it's
Mm.
five, four left.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Oh, you like that, eh? It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
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 I always like to put my
Yeah.
balls
You have
out
to go
there.
fast in the beginning, eh?
I have to go what?
You have to go hard in the beginning.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do, man. Hey, I still set the record. I did 4 times 500 kilometers. Eh, Thursday shipping every week. Thursday shipping. Thursday shipping. Saturday race. Thursday shipping. Saturday race. 4 weeks in a row. Young pigeons. Boom, boom, boom. Not a lot of pigeons
Yeah.
can finish it though. There's not a lot of pigeons that
Um,
can do it. But hey, we're only looking for the 1%ers. That's why we're on the show, Lars. We're the 1%ers. But anyways, well, another fun show. I should let you get to bed. I know you're tired. I'm tired. And now that we talked about all this food, the shitty thing is in Belgium, you can't just get in a car and drive over to McDonald's. They're closed. They close at midnight.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The other night, I did 4 Big Macs in a row. One of those emotional days.
Yeah.
I ate 4 Big Macs in about 7 minutes. They were great.
Yeah.
Great burger, Big Mac. You can't go wrong with a Big Mac, can you?
Yeah. Okay, they're not open that often, but I'd rather go to the place where they have the American burgers, real burgers, a nice bun with real meat, not that shoes all.
If you could take me to one, please. I like to see what a real American burger looks like. I got to see this. I got it.
Yeah, what we think that's a real American burger. So
Yeah, we got to see this
hey,
one.
I've been to Oregon and then I ate some burgers over there, so I
I've been to
know
Oregon. Hey, that's gonna be your next. Hey, your first national this year. You're gonna call her Oregon.
Oregon.
What a
Yeah,
great name.
yeah. Next one, Utah.
Yeah, Utah. Anyways, hey guys, great show tonight. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Lars, thanks for all the videos. Thanks for
No,
coming on, participating. Good luck. We want to do this again next week again.
fine by
We're
me.
try- We'll try and get the audio going on your end and then on my end, or on my end and then on your end. American Burgers isn't McDonald's. Guys, American Burgers are McDonald's. McDonald's came
Nah,
from
bro.
America. Hey, you know what's bullshit though? You can't get extra Big Mac sauce in Belgium. They won't give it to you on the side.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I like to dip
Never
the
had.
nuggets in them. Sometimes I just buy cheeseburgers and just dip the mac sauce into the cheeseburgers.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, that I do sometimes. Stop
Yeah,
by the car and buy 5 cheeseburgers.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's Lars. I'm Ryan. You guys have been great. Thanks for your participation. We'll see you guys. Oh, look at Frank says garbage. You know what? Frank's being very sensitive. Frank's being very sensitive tonight. Hey, Frank, it's okay. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys have been the best. Lars, I'll see you next week. Good luck.
Next week,
And
yes.
now you want to go to McDonald's. I know you do.
Yeah. I'm starting to get hungry.
I'm starving. I got to eat something. I'm going to have a choof and go to bed. I'll see you later, Lars.
All right, man.
Bye.
Bye bye.